All right, so today we are diving into something that, let's be honest, affects every single one of us, money. But we're not going to talk about boring budgets or complicated spreadsheets. Now, we're going to explore a pretty wild idea, that the biggest single obstacle to building wealth is actually your own brain. I mean, seriously, think about it. You make a plan to save, but then something shiny comes along. You set a budget, and somehow it just evaporates. Does any of this sound familiar? It's because there's this massive gap between what we know we're supposed to do with our money and what we actually end up doing. So, on one side of the coin, you've got the financial advice. It's simple, it's logical, it's not exactly rocket science. But then you've got real life. You've got our emotional, messy human behavior. It's that little voice in your head that says, go on, you deserve it, or, I'll worry about that later. And that, right there, is the heart of the whole problem.
So what is going on here? The thing is, this isn't an information problem. We have more access to financial knowledge now than at any point in history. This is a wiring problem. It's all about understanding the deep-seated, often invisible, psychology that's really pulling the strings.
And that right there is the single most important thing to get from all of this. Building wealth is way less about what's in your bank account and way more about what's going on between your ears. The real fight isn't out there, it's in here.
Okay, so let's dig into the first big mental roadblock, a really powerful force that quietly messes with our financial lives, our brain's deep and, frankly, pretty irrational fear of losing.
There's a scientific name for this. It's called loss aversion. And you know, this actually makes a ton of sense if you think about our ancestors. For them, losing their only source of food was a way bigger deal for survival than the pleasure of finding a little extra. That ancient survival software is still running on our modern-day hardware, especially when we're staring at our bank account.
Yeah, this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? The emotional gut punch from losing $100 feels twice as bad as the little happy dance you do when you find that same $100. Our brains are hardwired to run away from pain way more than they are to chase pleasure, and that has a massive impact on how we behave with our money.
And listen, this isn't just some fun psychological tidbit. This has seriously damaging, real-world consequences. This is the exact reason people panic and sell everything when the market dips, basically guaranteeing their losses. It's also why we hold on to a terrible investment for way too long, hoping for a miracle, just to avoid the pain of admitting we made a mistake. All right, on to our second major hurdle. And this one's all about other people. It's what we can call the dangerous ego trap. We're social animals, and that affects our wallets more than we'd like to admit. And I bet this cycle feels super familiar to a lot of you. It all starts so innocently, right? You're scrolling online, you see someone's perfect vacation photos, or their brand new car. Then that little feeling kicks in. Envy, maybe feeling a little bit behind. And before you know it, you're making a huge purchase not because you needed it, but to show everyone you're doing just fine too. It's a game you just can't win.
And this brings us to a really powerful shift in thinking we all need to make. We see a fancy car and think, wow, they're rich. But we're confusing wealth with the shiny things people buy. Real wealth is invisible. It's the money you don't see. It's the savings, the investments, the stuff that's quietly growing behind the scenes, buying you freedom.
Okay, let's get into our third big mental block. This one is the reason saving for something far off, like retirement, feels almost impossible for so many of us. We can call it the future self problem. It all comes down to a little cognitive quirk called present bias. Our brains are basically hardwired for instant gratification. It's like, we'd rather have one cookie right now than a whole box of cookies next week. That bigger future reward just doesn't feel as real or as exciting to our brains. Now get this, because this is where it gets really wild. Neuroscientists have found that when you think about yourself in the distant future, the 70-year-old version of you, the part of your brain that lights up is the same part that activates when you think about a total stranger. There's almost no emotional connection. So, let me ask you this. How much of your paycheck would you just walk up and hand to some random person on the street? Probably nothing, right? Well, in your brain's eyes, when you choose not to save for retirement, that's pretty much what you're doing. You're giving money to a stranger. Okay, so loss aversion, the ego trap, present bias. It can feel like the deck is totally stacked against us, right? But here's the good news. It's not hopeless, not at all. Now we're going to talk about the solution, which is all about rewiring that mindset. See,
the most powerful tool you have isn't some fancy budgeting app or a complex financial strategy. It's way simpler than that. It is simply understanding the rules of the game that your own mind is playing. Once you know the rules, you can actually start to win.
So let's just nail these down one more time. These are your mind's money traps. You've got loss aversion, which makes you afraid to take smart risks. You've got the ego and social proof trap pushing you to spend to keep up appearances. And you've got present bias, which basically tells you to forget about your future self. These are the opponents in the game.
And that right there is the secret weapon. Just knowing that these biases exist is more than half the battle. It gives you the power to pause. So the next time you feel that panic to sell your stocks, or that pang of envy over a friend's new toy, you can stop, take a breath, and say, okay, that's just my loss aversion talking. Or there's that ego trap again. Awareness is what turns you from a passenger into the driver of your own financial life.
So, here's where we'll leave you. You now know about the invisible psychological forces that have been shaping your relationship with money. You know the rules of the game. So the only question left is, now that you know, what are you going to do about it? What's your new money story going to be?